I just couldn't judge any of it. Everybody just had to process, and the truth will all come up. And we're raw and ink here right there. So it's got something to say. So I listen to crystals, and I listen to Source, and I put my feet in the dirt, go sit by the cave and listen, go stare at the rocks and listen. Tonight I've talked more than I probably have talked in the last 2 weeks.
But you're great at it. You did wonderful.
Thank you.
He's pulled all of this together. Thank you.
We have big plans. Big plans.
Has anybody tried to put a timeline on this, or is that not?
It's really not possible. Really, I mean, we've had pieces carbon dated, and they're older than carbon dating. Looking at the artwork, there has not been any of these marks on any piece of art that had been found up until this time.
Yeah.
Right. So the style of the pieces and the storylines on them,
It's definitely pre-Mayan, pre-Aztec,
pre-Sumerian.
Sumerian.
It's from the days when the mermaids were creating.
The times of Atlantis, times of Lemuria, the times of Moon.
So these crystals, yes, they are from Atlantis.
So,
They are from Lemuria. They are from you, and they remember. And they were from before that.
That's pretty old.
So, how do they work? Do they continue to constrict over time? Is that what they're doing? And condense more information, more information, more information, more information. And they're connected to the soil. As they were, they have not only the Akash, but everything that happened, everything that was thought. It makes me feel really small when I sit next to such a powerful. What have I done with my life?
but they should help guide you to find your purpose and your mission. And we want for your purpose and mission to be lucrative in the sense where you are taken care of,
Yes.
and that we are no longer in a struggle.
No struggle.
Right. And that all people that are working towards their true purpose should have a blissful state of existence.
An ease of life.
Yes.
A peaceful existence of being able to thrive and not have to do those things that we don't want to do, that we know aren't necessary. Plugging into the matrix. We've all unplugged.
Yeah.
Like trying to be that fourth, fifth dimensional consciousness and be crammed down in the matrix every day.
Yes.
It's definitely, when you're in the matrix after awakening, you can feel agitation towards it, or you can just have acceptance for it. Know that everyone is on their own path. Some people that you are trying to force to awaken, and you're trying to shake them awake, and they just won't wake up, and they go back and watch the TV. They may have had lifetimes of being a warrior, or having lifetimes of very powerful changes. And this is their time to rest and be still and observe the state of humanity. So it's not our job to wake up everyone, but it's our job to embody that awakeness through our actions, through our thoughts, through our words to others, and just live it, be it. Lori.
I'd also like to make a great point that Greg brought up, and that really helped me, because I'm a big activist to stop the chemtrails, right, or the chemical trails. And I studied them, with the government, and we found out they were spraying us with strontium and barium and aluminum. But what Greg said, what really helped me, because I get angry when I look up in the skies and I see that dark stuff that's up there. And what Greg had said was they're terraforming and they're putting good things into the skies now. And it was just the chemtrails to wake us up. And go ahead and share what you said, because it was really impactful for me, and I know it will be for everybody here too.
Well, one of my nicknames is Sky Daddy. When I first came out thought social media, I was surf daddy, so I just thought I was gonna surf my whole life. And I fell in love with the sky, and I didn't realize that the sky was talking to me. It was doing the formations. And been watching the sky very closely for 6 years, really closely. I remember when the sky used to just be a haze, and then the darkness would come and it would rain. And at my ranch, I would see these independent things move around. They seem to make sense to me. The galactics are here. What's above us is the galactics. The chemtrails are, a lot of times, those stripes are just for you. You're looking up. Here goes a stripe. Oh, there's another chemtrail. Well, is it a chemtrail? No. That's called dash star. And it's kind of like a little pellet. And they tether with it. And so the cloud ships are moving around on these tethers. So that when they go over a city, and there's a million of these, we don't have enough planes to do that. We don't have enough aluminum to dump into the sky, but people, the 3D is still chasing it. They're chasing it hard, and they say, this is what's happening. Now look up today and look at the shape of the clouds. They're angelic. The deep blue density that you see is very significant. The solar logos have returned. You see them, they look like musical notes. That's the solar logos. They're imprinted on all the crystals.
And I would like to think of it as
The Godheads.
the gods are blessing us because there has been a battle of the light and the dark, and the dark has done
Oh,
their
we have
part.
one. And our
It
skies are now
happened.
ours.
Now people know about it, and they are looking up, and it's just maybe the open door they need to say, well, if they're doing this to us, what else are they doing?
Right.
Yeah.
How could they? There's so many people that don't have a clue that that ever happened. But it's a closed chapter now. And our water is becoming more safe. They're draining lakes and purifying it in the sky, friends. And then there's these giant deluges that are washing the land clean. There's a formula of terraforming that's happening. And the crystal skulls are offering us guidance. This is the hardest thing to wrap our head around, is that they are connected with the weather and they go with the solar realm, right? So they're saying, we meditate with them, they're going to give us heads up of what's next. And I've seen it, I've experienced it. So they're here to help us.
One more question that's really been a big one for me. I see two suns up there, and I've been seeing them for a long time, about 2012, 2013. So I've done a lot of research on it. You know, I've seen that there's an artificial sun patent. You know, we used to have a golden sky, now it's completely white, and it's 10 times bigger or more than our original sun. So how do you explain the two suns?
I don't.
You don't?
That one's not my job.
Well, there's a couple of theories. So there could be, our sun is definitely changing. I know that when I was growing up, the sun was very yellow, orange, not emanating as much auras around it, and now it's just a big bright white light ball beaming everywhere. So the sun is changing, and then there's the theory of like Nibiru is
Nibiru rubs
returning,
up against this.
and that we are having other stars and galaxies come closer to us, and we have to all remember that we are just this little blue ball floating through cosmic space that we barely even kind of understand. So if you're seeing signs, then that might be signs for you to explore that. Yeah, good. I would like to see two suns in the sky.
Yes, we will have two suns, and we will. Things are changing. I can't tell you everything.
Tell me something.
I might be a terraformer.
What do you think about the flat Earth theory? You go there?
I don't take that one.
We,
Okay.
I've
we
flown
have
around
our
the world.
hands
It
full
works.
here.
You can make it all the way around the planet.
It's a trippy one.
It is. Yeah. And there's a lot of dimensions that hold everything together, guys. So we had to show up. The galactics had to get here because a lot of our dimensions were dying because of all the poisoning that happened, because of all the mistreatment of animals, right? The overconsumption of animals and toxic substances in So we had to come here to save this planet.
Yeah.
The galactics are here, and this is the quickening. This is the quickening. If you think you should do it, you probably should do it. If you should let it go, you probably should let it go. Right? And they're here to help us. And I was going to make an amazing point.
Yeah.
You're doing great. Yes.
You might have an addition people that want something. But these things you have to understand this is interdimensional.
Yes.
Yeah, we're fallen from temporal time wars. So some of those crystals emanate in a completely different frequency in another dimension. But you see if you have sight. Also, our star system is a binary star system. Everybody knows Star Wars. George Lucas saw his two suns. They cannot see the second sun because lost sight. We have fell from that. What he's saying is we're coming back to that, remembering that. Also, the codings in the skulls that you see will be so clear at some point that you'll have data transmissions.
Yes.
For science to be developed and coordinations to be found, we will find extraterrestrial bodies. I've seen some of the plates of, I don't know if you know Mark,
Yes.
who digs out these things.
Yes.
Where under the Tikal pyramid is a significant location of an extraterrestrial that was left behind, according from the Saturnian refugees, with a place where it says that's where he is, and when the time comes for us to find that, we will find that body. And the handbags that you have shown, what I've seen in visions are replicas of seeding computers. So these are like quantum computers on a level you can't even begin to fathom.
Yes.
Like they have mappings of star systems to seed entire planets. And what you see with the Anunnakis, as in other extraterrestrials, they brought those computers here. And in stone, you see the replica as a record keeper for a memory to reactivate what is in you, because we are their offspring. So you have something.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us your name.
Wow.
This is Ra, and he also has artifacts that he collects from the same areas.
You're from Owellis? You create from us.
No, I know the guy somewhere.
Oh,
Okay.
I live here. So I was called like you, and I had to move.
beautiful. We thank you.
You're all here.
We're all
We're all here. We're showing up.
Yeah.
And another thing about what's interesting, what we'll be seeing is there are several firmaments. There's not just one. Okay, there's layers of firmaments that may or may not be physical, that the dimensions navigate and occupy. So they're merging, they're coming and condensing, and we're seeing them. That's what we're seeing in the sky. Is, well, our visitors.
Wow. Okay, we have time for about one or two more questions. Okay.
What are Andara crystals?
Like Andromedan or Andara?
Andara.
I am not familiar
Mount
with that.
Shasta.
Or Mount Shasta.
The Mount Shasta crystals.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
The Mount Shasta crystals would be highly connected to the Lumerians. There's Lumerians living within the mountain. There's probably a whole inner earth
Yes.
that there used to be portals that you could open into, much like you see in the Lord of the Rings, where the dwarf people will have secret doors in the mountains that can only be opened with like their artifact or their energy or stone at a certain time of a certain point in the year. And they have a frequency where they can go through these doors, but we can't. So we're hoping once the world gets into a better place that the inner earth will start to share all of their mysteries and secrets as well.
And remember, they run on a different vibration than we do. They have to lower their vibration or raise it to actually be near us. If a lot of these entities were to just pop in, we'd probably disintegrate because their frequency is just different.
So be like being too close to the sun.
Being too close to the sun. So this is our sky, and you can see the face, and the elongated skull, and so these are the Godheads that are all over our skies. Some of them will be more compact. You've seen drawings of these in books, and well, they're here now. put that up.
Very cool. Wow.
Have you been able to put the skulls on the land here in Sedona, or just to have a moment without a lot of people and just you guys and the skulls on the ground?
A little bit, yes.
I know that would probably be very hard, but
Yeah, we'll make sure we do that more before we leave when we come back. We also did that a lot in the Grand Canyon. We blessed the Grand Canyon to have it be flowing again.
Right, so we took, for instance, we went to Grand Canyon and we went all over with Baby.
Baby is my ley line worker, yes.
So Baby would be out and she comes with us and we do little ceremonies and we also seed with the Lumerian diamonds. So we threw a bunch of diamonds into the Grand Canyon for activation.
Lumerian diamonds is what we have on our land in Texas. That's a very high frequency crystal, but our necklaces here are, show them your diamond.
They're
And
pretty.
they are pretty. We usually,
They're from Lumer.
Yeah. they are very high frequency.
So let's talk about how can you support us. If you want to pledge to the center here, then they'll get the funds to us. We're raising money to send directly to the diggers and to, of course, help us.
And to ship more
To
artifacts
ship
in.
more of the artifacts that a lot of guys have been sitting on these for me for a year now, a year and a half. And so Sedona could have a rare opportunity to bring these in and be the very first place to open, to unbox and to see these and restore them. And we built a team here.
Do you think they might be calling themselves to Sedona because maybe there's skulls in Sedona? That they're trying.
Maybe.
That was a mischievous look you had. I feel like you
We
did.
like that, well. We're meeting people that are getting visions that they have crystal skulls on their property.
So Greg, let me be clear. They wanna support you.
For now, they
now.
can give an offering to you guys and y'all can get it to us.
And make a note on it that it is for.
The Galactic Lighthouse.
Yes, we have.
Our location is called the Galactic Lighthouse. We occupy an old hotel called the Polo Club, the Texas Polo Club. It's a historic place, and we brought the crystals there to record and to channel and to meet people. And I think our time's just about up there, or we're gonna maybe we end up keeping the place. I don't know. So the future's open.
Okay, but I wanna make it clear that you can, so it's the Galactic Lighthouse,
A check to the Galactic Lighthouse.
and you can send it to the Global Center for Christ Consciousness.
Yes,
And we will make sure that your pledges are forwarded to them.
thank you. We are great.
And if you want to be more involved in the project and you have something to offer, please let us know and let's make it happen. Because we're building the team and we're gonna have a lot to do. And she and I have been volunteers now for quite a while.
Yes.
Wouldn't it be easier if we just passed a basket?
ooh,
Do you do that?
We each could do a little bit.
You do what?
Pass a basket like we do in church.
Is that allowed?
Well, it's allowed, but, I don't know if all of you
Not
attend
right now.
our services.
Well, it doesn't matter, it's not for the church.
Now?
Now.
For them.
Now's the time.
Time is the answer.
Okay. We appreciate it.